The forecast for this mess to clear out of here on Sunday, so that's our bargain day on Sunday, and we'll begin next week on a nice note, fair skies beginning the week, and I'll be back in about 30 minutes with an update.
Okay, so clearing up for St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Robert.
So. Thank you. Well, Dave, by the way, we're glad to have you back, and in just a moment, we're going to show everybody what he did on his spring break.
Celebrate St. Patrick's Day with the Sunday movies, beginning at 9 a.m. The whole family can enjoy Disney's classic Darby O'Gill and the Little People. Next, John Wayne's a gentle man trying to tame a wild woman in The Quiet Man. And at 2, join Fred Astaire and Petula Clark in the search for a leprechaun's pot of gold in Finian's Rainbow. It's classic holiday fun for the whole family, Sunday morning beginning at 9 on Fox 26.
If you're like me, you got a lot of old suits in your closet. I must have been under a doctor's care when I wore these. Well, right now, bring any old men's or women's suits to Joseph A. Bank, and you'll get $50 off one of our finely crafted Joseph Bank suits. You got a lot of old suits? Save on a lot of bank suits. So trade in your old threads and get $50 off on some new ones. Should have seen the pants with this. Great pants.
Kmart presents the portrait package Moms asked for. You said,
I want more big portraits.
so we give you 3 8x10s, 4 5x7s, and a big 10x13. You also wanted,
Lots of portraits.
so you also get 20 wallets, 15 mini portraits, and 12 all-occasion caption portraits. That's everything you want plus something you need, a free portrait ID card. So hurry and get Kmart's biggest portrait offer ever, 55 portraits.
Including more big portraits.
All for only $14.95.
The Boston Sea Party is the ultimate seafood buffet. Reservations recommended. The Boston Sea Party.
He is known as the fastest cop in town. Even the drug dealers on his beat call him Carl Lewis and call it quits when they see him coming. Carolyn Canville tonight catches up to an officer on the run just moments away on tonight's City Under Siege.
And finally, tonight, there's a very good reason why Dave has been gone for the last couple of weeks.
Well, in my mind, we can conquer the world.
Well, if you haven't figured it out by now, Dave traveled to North Carolina to begin a lifelong journey, getting married to Kim Deese, a native of Charlotte. Kim is now living here in Houston. We wanted to show you a bit of Dave and Kim's special wedding day, and we want to wish you both a lifetime of happiness together.
That's great. I appreciate you doing that.
You make a very nice couple, and we're really happy for you.
She's a beautiful lady inside and out. I appreciate it.
Great. Well, that's our show for tonight. Thank you for being with us.
City Under Siege is next.
Oldsmobile, official car for NCAA championships, calls this time out to tell you about the other game in town. The Oldsmobile Drive to the Final Four Cellathon.
Test drive any new Oldsmobile and get the videotape Drive to the Final Four, featuring dramatic moments in NCAA playoff history. Buy a 1991 Cutlass Sierra and get $1,000 cash back. Hurry to your Houston area Oldsmobile dealer.
Hey, with deals like this, you can't miss.
My first bout with a yeast infection taught me to use Vagisil to stop the itching, burning symptoms instantly. I saw my gynecologist about the infection, but Vagisil cream relieved the burning and the itching. And if Vagisil can relieve the itch of a yeast infection, Vagisil cream can stop any minor feminine itching instantly.
For His Bride, Monday at 7 on Fox 26.
To do to help fight against drugs, I was willing to do.
We're going to make a difference.
The Emmy Award-winning City Under Siege, the only daily broadcast in Texas dedicated to helping our community in the war against drugs and crime.
Down with dope, up with hope.
Well, down in the Fourth Ward, there's a patrol officer with a fast reputation, so fast, in fact, that the drug dealers call him Carl Lewis. This officer runs down street dealers by night and runs up stairwells by day. And as our Carolyn Canville found out, the word has gotten around, and so has this officer.
They get so scared when they hear that you're out here that they would do things that they normally would not do, like reach into their pocket, pull out a matchbox full of crack cocaine, throw it on the ground.
Honda has been named #1 in import owner loyalty for the 14th year in a row, which means year after year, more people buy Honda after Honda. Why? Because you get what you pay for.
Oh, what a job. Another day, another frozen pizza. Oh, what's this? Stouffer's French bread pizza? For moi? All right, let's rock. Ooh, very untraditional. It's real cheese. Lots of great toppings. And this Stouffer's crust. Serious crunch. And so thick. I'm really into it.
Stouffer's French bread pizza is a cut above frozen.
How about another French Revolution? Get it? Ha!
We're here to roast the barons of buckling up. Two guys who've lost more limbs than a tree surgeon, Vince and Larry.
I love these guys. They remind me of my husband, always broken in a dead-end job.
By getting people to buckle up, they've saved thousands of lives. On the job, what's the first thing that goes through their heads? The steering wheel!
Vince and Larry, tell me, how do you want your coffee? Regular or decapitated?
Everybody give them a hand.
You could learn a lot from a dummy. Buckle your safety belt. Regular season through the NBA Finals, only one network gives you a courtside ticket all year long. The NBA on NBC. Come by with us.
Spend less time at the pump. The CRX HF from Honda.
Every week on the PGA Tour, a separate event takes place on the first tee.
Morning, guys. What ball are you playing?
Titleist.
The official ball count.
Titleist.
The weekly match of golf ball superiority, according to the world's best golfers.
Ball?
Titleist. Of course, not every single pro plays Titleist. It just seems that way.
Home, this is my home, my haven through the years. Life, I've lived my life, and now my time is near.
Hospice helps the terminally ill spend their last days at home. For more information, call the National Hospice Organization, 1-800-658-8898.
Let me hold on to my family, let me hold them here at home.
An innocent girl is raped. Her boyfriend takes revenge.
7 shots from a semi-automatic.
Tika killed him.
Cover up a crime, that's a crime too.
How many murders do you have never get solved? Why, just let this be one of them.
This is a good kid.
Get the priest to talk.
Permission to treat this witness as hostile, Your Honor.
The press will crucify you.
The thin line between justice and the letter of the law. It's the best new series, Raid, the LA Times. An all-new Law and Order on NBC Tuesday.
Okay, Bob Costas back in New York, and before we leave the air here and send things back for the conclusion of our golf coverage, one more run-through on some important finals today in college basketball. Most of these are conference tournament finals. In the ACC final at the Charlotte Coliseum, North Carolina over Duke, 96-74. Which one, if either of these two teams, will get a #1 seed in the upcoming NCAA tournament? Carolina gets the automatic bid as winner of the conference tournament. Obviously, they're both in. Will either one get a #1 seed? They both have a crack at it. Perhaps neither one will get it. We'll have to wait and see. We'll know within the hour. Carolina had lost both regular season games to Duke. Seton Hall wins the Big East final at Madison Square Garden over Georgetown. The Hoyas at least seem to salvage a bid by getting this far in the conference tournament, but P.J. Carlesimo's team is the winner for the first time in the Big East championship game. The Hall dominated in the first half. Anthony Avent goes up for the off-balance hook. He finished with 15. Pirates led by as many as 11 in the opening 20 minutes. Georgetown cut the Seton Hall lead to 5. Here off the midcourt scramble, Lamont Morgan scores on the layup, 44-39 Seton Hall. But then the man chosen as the tournament MVP, Oliver Taylor, dribbles down court into traffic, puts it up and in. Pirates led then 48-40 on their way to a 74-62 win. As I said, it's the first time the Pirates have ever won the Big East Conference tournament, even though they made it all the way to the championship game against Michigan in the NCAA tournament a couple of years ago. Ohio State loses again. Earlier in the week, they were beaten by Purdue. Today, they are upset at Iowa. The Hawkeyes prevail by a score of 80-69. Iowa went to halftime with an 11-point lead. Now in the second half, the Buckeyes mount a comeback. Jamal Brown on the basket off the follow, cutting the Hawkeyes lead to 69-65. But Iowa hit the clutch foul shots down the stretch, and then off the length of the court outlet, Rodell Davis ices things for the Hawkeyes, and he was fouled. Davis with a team-high 19 points, and the Hawkeyes win it by a score of 80-69. Indiana, meanwhile, capitalizes by winning at Illinois 70-58. So Indiana and Ohio State tie for the Big Ten championship. There is no tournament in that conference. Officially, though, the automatic bid to the NCAA tournament goes to Ohio State because the tiebreaker is theirs. They won both head-to-head meetings with the Hoosiers. Will either one of them relinquish a #1 seed? If both are to go, that's one situation. If only one goes as a #1 seed, it would appear that Indiana would be the odd man out, and they'd have to settle for a #2 seed in one of the regions. Interesting situation in the Big 8. Missouri beats Nebraska in the conference final 90-82 at the Kemper Arena in Kansas City, but Missouri is on NCAA probation. So kind of a moral victory for the Tigers, but they can't go to the tournament. Nebraska will as an at-large team. Oklahoma State and Kansas from the Big 8 also almost certain to go. Alabama wins the SEC final over Tennessee, 88-69. The Volunteers had made it all the way to the brink of a berth in the NCAA tournament, despite an overall record now of 12-22 for the season. Arkansas checked this final over Texas in the Southwest Conference final, 120-89. Arkansas virtually assured of a #1 seed somewhere in the tournament, 120-89 over Texas. Eastern Michigan is in as the champions of the Mid-American Conference. In the final game today at Cobo Arena in Detroit, they beat Toledo 67-66. The Rockets of Toledo no doubt bound for the NIT. Nevada-Las Vegas had some trouble. Early in the second half, this game against Fresno State, the Big West final was tied at 44, but then the Rebels pulled away, and they win it by a score of 98-74. They finished the regular season with a record of 30-0. Overall, they have a 41-game winning streak, and obviously they are the overwhelming favorite to win back-to-back titles. If so, they'd be the first team to repeat since the end of UCLA's run of 7 consecutive titles in 1973. That's the end of our run here. I'll take a breath and send things back to Charlie Jones for the conclusion of our golf coverage. Charlie?
But it's a success for Steve Pate tonight. Super bloopers and new practical jokes. Expose, real life with Jane Pauley, and that great movie, 3 Men and a Baby. That wraps it up here. We'll see you next week at Bay Hill. So long, everybody, and congratulations again to the champion, Steve Pate.
Promotional fee has been paid to NBC by United Airlines. Come fly the friendly skies.
The preceding has been a presentation of NBC Sports.
He dealt one of the most decisive blows in the history of war. An exclusive interview with the Allied commander. Catherine Couric talks with General Norman Schwarzkopf Monday morning on Today.
Blackmail and blood money.
50,000 apiece ought to do it.
Leads to murder with a mysterious twist.
I'm gonna take you on.
The Secret, a Matlock mystery movie, NBC Tuesday.
Next on Channel 2 News Weekend, a mission of mercy ends in Houston for medical reservists just back from the Gulf. And Houston oil firefighters load up to head out to the Middle East. Good evening, I'm Tim Lake. Houston police try to find out who shot to death a 16-year-old boy. And local high school students take a stand against a tax rollback. All next on Channel 2 News Weekend.
I love children, and I'm in the schools all the time, and I see the children's faces and how eager they are to learn. And it's so wonderful to see that and to think if we can just hold on to that. I see my role as one of helping people to understand the issues and how important they are. I love to go to schools and talk to the kids, whether it's just in my...
Education reporter Linda Lowell is working for you, only on Channel 2 News.
Okay, listen up. WKRP in Cincinnati and the Family Feud are switching places. No, not that kind of switching. They're switching times. The Family Feud is moving to 3:30 weekdays. And WKRP is moving to 4 o'clock weekdays. Got it?
Oh, yeah.
The Family Feud, new time, 3:30 weekdays. WKRP, new time, 4 o'clock weekdays. Starting Monday on Channel 2.
If you're not recycling, you're throwing it all away.
KPRC TV, Channel 2, Houston's 24-hour news channel. Now, Channel 2 News Weekend.
Medical reservists from Houston and other Texas towns come home to hugs and tears. Their mission of mercy is now done. Good evening, everyone. I'm Tim Lake. Linda has the night off. This has truly been a weekend of tearful reunions that today involved Houstonians returning home from the war. They were the first naval medical reservists to serve aboard the hospital ship Mercy, and as Channel 2's Ron Regan now reports, this too was an emotional homecoming.
Sandra Means threw her arms around her mother and cried. It's not the banner she's searching for out here, it's the faces. A husband she hasn't seen since New Year's. She arrived home after a grueling 23-hour flight and a vivid memory of landing on American soil for the first time in the tiny town of Bangor, Maine.
It's a small town. Everybody was lined up. That's where I got my flags. That's my flags from, and they had food for us and refreshments, and it just felt so good to be home.
A Bentov nurse, she was assigned to intensive care on board the Mercy. Her mother went for 29 days without hearing from her.
I'm so glad to have her back. I really am. It's wonderful.
Lieutenant Commander Chris Verderosa oversees the medical personnel now coming home.
We are so happy to have them all back. Every report that we get, not only about this group, but all our reservists, said they have done a fantastic job in everything they've done.
Marion McCurry hugged his dad moments after stepping off the plane. His entire family is here for the homecoming. A college student, he served as a nursing assistant.
Proud to have you back.
The worst part was never knowing how long they'd be away.
The Navy has the power to change our orders. They could have kept me up to a year. And I was like wondering, can I stay in the Gulf for a whole year? You know, because it was getting to me a little bit, but I would have. If I had to, I would have.
Tonight, they go home to family and friends who are proud of a job well done. Ron Regan, Channel 2 News.
And Ron reports some more reservists are expected to arrive home later tonight. Some of those medical personnel cared for the 21 American troops who were captured and held prisoners in Iraq during the war. They arrived home today in an Air Force jet normally reserved for diplomats. There to welcome the 19 men and 2 women were Secretary of Defense Dick Cheney and General Colin Powell. Cheney praised the former POWs for their courage in battle and bravery in captivity.
When you faced fear in battle, you faced it with friends at your side. But you have also faced fear in solitary cells, alone, unarmed, and vulnerable.
Someday finally came, and we're glad to be home.
The POWs home today included Melissa Rathbun Neely of Fort Bliss, Texas. She turned 21 during the flight home. At Fort Hood, a third plane of American troops arrived home late last night to some weary but grateful family members. These soldiers are part of the 1st Cavalry and 2nd Armored Division at Fort Hood. They are part of the first group of soldiers to return to the Central Texas Post. One woman greeted her husband by saying, "We're family again. Let's go home." Another couple was overcome with emotion.
It's a whole completely different world from the last time I come home from overseas.
I'm just thankful to God he's home safe, and I hope they all come home safe.
About 900 soldiers return home to Fort Hood this weekend. More, of course, are expected each week until nearly all of them are finally home. And these Texas homecomings continue. The 1st San Antonio National Guard unit to be deployed in the Gulf is expected to return today. Soldiers from the 217th Evacuation Hospital are due to arrive at Kelly Air Force Base later tonight. Also this weekend, Secretary of State Baker continues his peace mission to the Mideast. He's met with Arab leaders this weekend, and he's scheduled to talk with the Israelis tomorrow, who are prepared to present him with their 1989 peace initiative with the Palestinians. This will occur as violence between the two groups is mounting again. A Palestinian fatally stabbed 3 Jewish women and wounded a 4th in Jerusalem. The Jewish peace plan offers Palestinians limited autonomy, with Israel keeping control of the occupied West Bank and the Gaza Strip. Well, as Kuwaitis' oil wells continue to burn, Texas oil firefighters load up to head out. That story coming up next. And later, students at Clear Creek High School hit the road to block a tax rollback plan.
The rodeo's over, and now 125 GMC Sierra Club Coupes, Suburbans, and Safaris are back for your GMC dealer's 2nd annual rodeo truck event. Now, even though these trucks were only used at the rodeo, they can't be sold as new. That means tremendous value for you. Plus, get additional big cash back. 125 like-new GMC Sierra Club Coupes, Suburbans, and Safaris back from the rodeo, complete with factory warranties. Good reason to see your Texas Gulf Coast GMC truck team dealers now.
Have you ever wondered why we say Star Furniture is surprisingly affordable? Well, almost everyone knows that Star is a cut above most furniture stores. So people are often surprised when they find there just isn't that much difference in price between Star quality furniture and ordinary furniture. Come take a closer look at Star, and don't be surprised when you see how affordable we really are.
Surprisingly affordable Star Furniture.
Red Baron.
Bring the Baron home tonight. Red Baron Pizza microwave singles.
Freedent's the one.
When you've got dental work, Freedent really leads the way. Freedent won't stick to your dental work, so you can be confident chewing it. And because it also moistens your mouth and freshens your breath, there's no reason to stick with anything else.
Freedent's the one that took the stick out of gum, and Freedent moistens your mouth. Yeah, moistens your mouth and freshens your breath while you chew.
Now there's a whole new kind of Freedent, sugar-free.
The head of a Houston oil firefighting company is due back home from Kuwait tonight after spending a week surveying the hundreds of oil well fires still burning in Kuwait. At the same time, employees of Boots & Coots spent the day loading heavy firefighting equipment onto trucks that will be flown to Kuwait in the morning. The company is sending compressors, water pumps, pipe racks, and other equipment that will be used to put the fires out.
From what we understand, we're going to use the water out of the Persian Gulf and pipe it into some big pits and just stage it as we go. Maybe build some big pits and then pipe from them to some smaller pits.
Thompson says it usually takes 2 trucks and a team of firefighters about a week to stop a well fire, but the company is sending 18 trucks and 2 teams of firefighters to Kuwait. And with 80% of Kuwait's wells still burning, Thompson expects to be gone many months. Boots & Coots, Wild Well Control, and Red Adair's company will start loading equipment onto transport planes at Ellington Field first thing in the morning. Also tomorrow, OPEC ministers are scheduled to meet in Switzerland to discuss stabilizing the world price of oil. Oil prices have taken a dive since the August 2nd invasion of Kuwait, as other nations stepped up production to make up for the loss of oil from Kuwait and Iraq. West Texas crude closed Friday at $19.31 a barrel. This week, look for OPEC production to be cut and prices to eventually go back up. Only a few clues tonight in the shooting death Saturday of a 16-year-old boy at a local high school. He was identified as Ronald Ward, who was recently released from the Texas Youth Commission, a detention center. The shooting happened yesterday behind Aldine High School after a multi-divisional track meet. A witness said he heard 2 shots fired and saw a 4-door Hyundai automobile leaving the scene. The youth was said to be wearing gang colors, but police are not sure if the shooting was gang-related or a drive-by shooting. High school students in Clear Creek battle a tax rollback. We'll tell you about that story next. And later, we'll have all the action from this year's Great Houston Duck Race.
How can you get a truck month deal on cars at your Houston area Ford dealer? Hurry, they're moving fast. What's the last thing you'd expect to get on a Ford Taurus right now? A great truck month deal. What do you get with your $1,200 savings on a Ford Escort GT? Truckloads of options and 31 miles to the gallon. Can you save big on Ford trucks, too? Sure, if you buy now.
There's always the fear of your car crashing, burning. Raceway pit's a dangerous place. Emotions run high. Sometimes stress headaches grab you. Pain feels like a rope around my skull. I go for Anacin. Always have.
Anacin relieves stress headache pain better than regular strength Tylenol or regular aspirin.
Stress headache pain is rough, but it's no match for Anacin.
Anacin or aspirin-free Anacin 3. Strong pain relief for today's stress headaches.
To get a feel of what Texas is all about, you ought to go to the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. But for the real flavor of Texas, you definitely have to go to McDonald's. For McDonald's Texas Home-Style Burger. And right now, you can save on that big Texas-style taste with McDonald's Rodeo Combo. McDonald's Texas Home-Style Burger, large fries, and a medium Coke in a special rodeo-designed cup. All for only $3.29. McDonald's Rodeo Combo. Come see what the other 49 states are missing.
Puerto Vallarta, a Mexican fable. Years ago, lovers discovered the soul of a cobblestone village and were charmed by its spell. The soul of Puerto Vallarta. Let it change you into a lover of life. Puerto Vallarta, the love of life is in its soul.
Voters and students in the Clear Creek Independent School District today rallied to block a nearly 20% property tax rollback. Several dozen students and parents turned out to urge people to vote against the rollback in Thursday's election. With the number of students growing rapidly each year, this student says passing the rollback would strike a fatal blow to area schools.
Research indicates that the increase in the number of students has been faster than higher property values and growth, and economic growth can keep up with. The tax increases are merely to maintain the status quo, and the cut now would be virtual suicide.
Thursday's election comes as the state legislature is trying to hammer out a statewide school funding system. If the rollback passes, the district would get to keep half the extra money, with the rest pooled within the region and shared with other districts that have the same rates. After a controversial campaign, official returns show people in North Harris County have a new state representative tonight. Republican Peggy Hamrick defeated Russell Little in yesterday's runoff for the District 126 State House seat vacated by Barry Connolly. Connolly resigned to take a job in Washington, D.C. Hamrick is a longtime Republican Party activist. Now, the race was hotly contested as church members mounted a push to elect Little to the seats. And for the first time since losing the governor's race, Clayton Williams spoke out publicly this weekend and indicated he may run again. Williams told reporters he emerged from the race against Ann Richards wiser, less wealthy, and not even remotely bitter. He also advised anyone running for governor never to talk about the weather, a reference to his campaign comment comparing bad weather to rape. Williams admitted he made serious mistakes during his campaign, but says he would not rule out trying for governor once again. Thousands of motorcyclists hit the beach today, plus Ted Shaw is tracking the sunshine for the week ahead. He'll have that for us when we come back.
Sunnyland presents Fashion in Spring, a wonderful opportunity for you to save on beautiful quality home furnishings, and it's only at Sunnyland, Houston's leader.
Oldsmobile, official car for NCAA championships, calls this time out to tell you about the other game in town, the Oldsmobile Drive to the Final Four Cellathon.
Test drive any new Oldsmobile and get the videotape Drive to the Final Four, featuring dramatic moments in NCAA playoff history. Buy a 1991 Cutlass Sierra and get $1,000 cash back. Hurry to your Houston area Oldsmobile dealer.
Hey, with deals like this, you can't miss.
Hey, Guy Lewis, what's the best call you ever made?
Pizza Hut delivery.
Make the call that Guy makes. Call Pizza Hut Delivery and get our MVP special. One medium MVP, only $7.99. Two medium MVPs, only $11.99. That's 4 toppings, piled high and priced low. But hurry, better get this MVP ASAP.
Hello, Pizza Hut Delivery.
I just love it when the calls go my way.
Pizza Hut Delivery, making it great.
InTile Design presents the tile and wallpaper sale you've waited for. Now save up to 50% on the largest selection of imported tile in the Southwest. More styles, more colors, more tiles to choose from. InTile Design. Save up to 50% on extraordinary wallpaper from all over the world. More styles, more options, more wallpaper to select from. This is InTile Design, the Southwest leader in imported tile and wallpaper. NASA Road 1 at I-45 South, FM 1960 at I-45, 3621 West Alabama, and Commerce Park Plaza.
I was worried that I needed surgery for my hemorrhoids, but my doctor said they weren't serious, and it's time I used Preparation H.
New Preparation H cream helps shrink swelling of inflamed hemorrhoidal tissues and often relieves pain, itching, and burning for hours. New Preparation H cream.
Every second of an asthma attack can feel like an eternity. That's why there's Primatene Mist. Primatene opens clogged breathing tubes in as fast as 15 seconds. Primatene Mist, the fastest type relief known.
Easy riding in Daytona Beach today as actor Peter Fonda and hundreds of other bikers roared down the roadways for the city's 5th annual bike race. Many riders carried the American flags to honor U.S. troops. This race raises money for charity every year. Kind of makes you want to let your hair down and get your motorcycle out, doesn't it?
I'll bet you there were some bikers out today. It has been beautiful all across the state. Of course, the azaleas are in full bloom. A lot of folks getting out to see that. The weather's been just about ideal. A little chilly this morning. We got down to an official low of 39 degrees. That's out at the big airport. Most of the city had a low of between 48 and 50, and we got up to a 70-degree high, just below normal. Right now, temperatures are in the 60s across the area. Winds beginning to pick up again out of the south and southeast. Right now, 14 miles an hour down on Galveston Island. Across the state, a few more clouds than we saw yesterday, but temperatures holding up nicely. 72 degrees as far north as Amarillo. We're seeing 60s and near 70s up here in Kansas and Colorado, and just below 80 down in the valley. Laredo checked in with a 78-degree reading in the past hour. Now, there's still plenty of winter to talk about on the national map. Out in the northwest, winter storm warnings are in effect for snow and heavy amounts of snow at the higher elevations of the western mountains. There's this frontal system out there. Snow already beginning to fall in Idaho, back through eastern Oregon, and through northern California. Also, a secondary front bringing some showers down through central sections of California. So they're really beginning to pick up some of that badly needed precipitation out there. Snow showers currently across the Ohio Valley, snowing at Boston and through most of the New England states, as a matter of fact, and rather chilly up there. We're seeing 30s and 40s through the northeast. 30 right now is Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan. A little warmer around Chicago, about 10 degrees warmer than yesterday, and rather cool all the way down into Florida as that front passed through the entire state of Florida in the weekend and left a 67-degree temperature at Miami. That's well below normal for those folks. We're seeing 70s under the clouds out here in Arizona around Phoenix. It looks as though we'll have more good weather, but slowly going downhill by tomorrow night as that wet, cloudy system out to the west inches toward us. That's why we're beginning to pick up clouds in the western parts of our state today. We'll see more clouds tonight in the overnight period. Partly cloudy, southeast winds at 5 to 10. Look for a low temperature of about 50 degrees tonight. Now, tomorrow should at least start out very, very well. We'll see partly cloudy skies, temperatures moving back into the middle 70s. Winds will pick up. It will be a gusty day tomorrow. Southeast winds 15 to 25. And then there's a pretty good chance for showers, maybe even some thunder showers tomorrow night and into Tuesday. Tuesday won't be an altogether bad day, but it may be a little cloudy and rainy in the first half of the day. 40% chance for showers or thunder showers early Tuesday, then clearing, decreasing clouds in the afternoon period. And we're calling for a Tuesday high of about 78 degrees. So it looks as though in the week ahead, and we'll have the 5-day forecast tonight, Tim, looks as though we have pretty fair sailing and, you know, typical spring weather. Hey. Temperatures mostly in the 70s, and you can't beat that.
Tell you what, here's the deal. If you give us 5 more of these weekends in a row, we'll put in a good word on your next vacation request.
Yeah, right. Oh, I'd like that, but I don't think we're about to see
promises.
5 good weekends.
Boy, that would be nice.
I don't think so.
Okay, thanks. Well, Texas may be the birthplace of the first member of the post-war baby boom. That story next. Plus, it's a big day for college basketball. Lisa Milosky has highlights next. And the Stros keep the winning streak alive and will also duck in for the great race.
There's a time for love, a time for peace, and a time to be with you. It's American pride shining through.
best reason to see your Texas Ford dealer? Get truckloads of savings during Ford Truck Month. Did you know the new Ford Explorer has the highest customer loyalty rating in its class? It's also the #1 seller. What do you get when you add Explorer's superior comfort with the most interior room in its class? Something no one else can equal.
Texas Ford dealers.
Does Truck Month go beyond the month of March? No way. Ends March 31st.
Jesus said, "Do this in remembrance of me."
What's the magic word?
Let not your hearts be troubled. It is a gift of God.
Yes.
Christ died for us. Jesus said, "I am the way, the truth, and the life."
You know, there really is more to church than just Sunday mornings. Why don't you come join us at Grace Presbyterian?
Imagine leaping 6 stories with a Bolshoi ballerina. Or feeling the adrenaline rush of racing downhill at 60 miles an hour. Imagine a movie screen big enough, powerful enough to take you there. It's IMAX at the Museum of Natural Science. Don't miss To the Limit, featuring amazing performances by world-famous athletes. So get ready to catch yourself and push your body to the max.
Vice President Dan Quayle says today he's not concerned about the polls that suggest General Colin Powell might be a more popular running mate for President Bush than he. Newsweek magazine reports that Powell is also embarrassed by speculation he might replace Quayle on the 1992 Republican ticket. Today on Face the Nation, Quayle said the most important point is how the president is doing in the polls, and he is doing very well. Probably good enough to get him a seat at the upcoming Final Four, I'm sure.
That's going to get going pretty soon. That's right. We have a lot of action today, and we want to get to it right now.
Okay.
We're going to start off with Arkansas. The Arkansas Razorbacks and Texas Longhorns were back in action this afternoon, this time for the SWC tournament title. The Hogs looking for revenge after last week's 99-86 loss to UT in Austin. Joey Wright for 3, Texas up 26-23. Arkansas made a run at the end of the first half. Oliver Miller with the slam. Hogs lead at 55-49 as we head to the locker room. Second half was all Arkansas. Lee Mayberry led a 12-0 run. He sinks the three-pointer there, and the Hogs win it in a very big way. 120-89 the final in Dallas. Arkansas will play Georgia State Friday in Atlanta. They're the #1 seed in the Southeast. Texas will play St. Peter's of New Jersey Friday in Dayton, Ohio. To Madison Square Garden now, where the Georgetown Hoyas and Seton Hall squared off for the Big East Championship. The main man for Georgetown, Alonzo Mourning. He pulls up just inside the three-point line, sinks it for 2 of his game-high 22 points. Georgetown takes its first lead of the game, 32-31. But there's no stopping Seton Hall's Oliver Taylor. He goes full court for the layup, finishes with 13 points, and is named tournament MVP. The Seton Hall Pirates win it 74-62 for their first Big East tournament championship. In Kansas City, Nebraska battled Missouri for the Big 8 crown. The 13th ranked Cornhuskers already on their way to the NCAA tourney. Rich King with the layup. He finishes with 20 points. But Doug Smith was all over the court for the Tigers. He slams it home for 2 of his game-high 31 points. He finishes as tournament MVP, and the Tigers win it 90-82. But they won't be going to the NCAA because they're on probation. And in North Carolina, the #1 and #2 teams in the ACC went head-to-head for the title. Not much of a ball game, though. Mike Krzyzewski's Blue Devils were ice cold, scoring only 4 points on their first 13 possessions. North Carolina's Rice King for 3. NC up 47-29. Then it's Ricky Fox with the slam, and North Carolina beats Duke 73-50 for the ACC crown. To the Big West now, where the defending national champions UNLV had trouble with Fresno State in the early going. Fresno State, Todd Bernard coming up, and he will take it, swishes it for 3. State is up 16-6, believe it or not. But as expected, the Rebels came roaring back in the second half. Anderson Hunt for 3. Rebels up 52-44. They win it 98-74. Other scores of note today. The second-ranked Ohio State Buckeyes upset by Iowa, believe it or not. What a big win for the Hawkeyes. And Indiana, no trouble with Illinois. Now, to the Rockets, what can we say? They look absolutely terrific. First the Lakers, then the 76ers. Last night, the Rockets showed why defense works. Hakeem with the block. Sleepy Floyd takes it all the way home. Rockets win it 97-80. Larry Smith says teamwork is the key.
I think everybody know their role now, and we come out, we're confident that we can win the ball game. We're confident if we keep it close that we have a chance to win. So I think that's the most important thing. We finally started to plan together as a team.
Well, the Houston Astros were back in action this afternoon against the Kansas City Royals, and they got off to an explosive start. Carl Nichols puts it in the air to right. Danny Tartabull just can't get to it. Mike Sims and Ken Caminiti will come home, and we've got a 5-0 Astros lead, bottom of the first. But the Royals roar back in the third. Luis De Los Santos with a base hit to left. 1 run scores, but Tuffy Rhodes gets it home in time to stop Jim Eisenreich from scoring. The tying run, and the Astros, they were still up 5-4. They go on to win it 9-5. And a final note, Steve Pate won the Honda Classic. He lost his ball on his approach shot to 18. He found it. He won the tournament. He was 10 under, and that'll do it.
Found it with 15 seconds to spare, too. That was the excitement in the game. Thank you, Lisa. Another race today. A record number of ducks waddled and strutted their stuff this afternoon at the 3rd annual Great Houston Duck Race. It was on your mark, get set, quack for more than 20,000 ducks that took to the waters of Buffalo Bayou at Sam Houston Park. That's 4,000 more than last year. The ducks sold for $5 apiece, and would you know it, the lucky winner bought his duck just 5 minutes before the race started.
I'm stunned right now. I didn't believe it. I thought, you know, me or my girlfriend would win it, but, nothing like this. When I heard my name, I couldn't believe it.
Now, for his $5, Chung won a brand new Mazda Miata. Ron Stone emceed the event. The people's lawyer, Richard Alderman, a judge, and Foley's underwrote it. The more than $100,000 raised goes to Houston's blind and visually impaired. And finally tonight, one Texas soldier who returned to Fort Hood received the best welcome home gift of all. Staff Sergeant Steve Biranowski says he couldn't find his wife Becky in all the pandemonium following his arrival yesterday, but he ran into his sons, who quickly led him outside to a lawn chair where Becky was having labor pains. The sergeant quickly drove his wife to the hospital, and 30 minutes later, she gave birth to a baby girl. Becky is now credited with starting the post-war baby boom at Fort Hood. And who knows, we may see another one some months down the road. What's a bet? That's our news for now. The news later tonight at 10 o'clock, and Sports Sunday with Craig Roberts coming up later tonight, too. We'll see you then.
Okay, listen up. WKRP in Cincinnati and the Family Feud are switching places. No, not that kind of switching. They're switching times. The Family Feud is moving to 3:30 weekdays. And WKRP is moving to 4 o'clock weekdays. Got it?
Oh, yeah.
The Family Feud, new time, 3:30 weekdays. WKRP, new time, 4 o'clock weekdays. Starting Monday on Channel 2.
Sunnyland presents Fashion in Spring, a wonderful opportunity for you to save on beautiful quality home furnishings, and it's only at Sunnyland, Houston's leader.
The rodeo's over, and now 125 GMC Sierra Club Coupes, Suburbans, and Safaris are back for your GMC dealer's second annual rodeo truck event. Now, even though these trucks were only used at the rodeo, they can't be sold as new. That means tremendous value for you. Plus, get additional big cash back. 125 like-new GMC Sierra Club Coupes, Suburbans, and Safaris back from the rodeo, complete with factory warranties. Good reason to see your Texas Gulf Coast GMC truck team dealers now.
When the person who doctors the family gets a cough and cold, everyone suffers.
Mom, someone took my sleeve.
I ironed it myself. time to doctor that cough with Robitussin, because more doctors and pharmacists recommend Robitussin than any other cough medicine.
Look, Mom's feeling better. Uh-oh.
Robitussin, recommended by Dr. Mom. Which Robitussin is right for you? Ask your doctor or pharmacist. And for your littlest patients, there's new Robitussin pediatric cough suppressant.
Staff Sergeant Michael Mulder, Houston's proud of you. Hurry home.
Tonight, Tom Selleck, Steve Guttenberg, and Ted Danson.
I think she did a doodle. Your turn to change her. I'll give you $1,000 if you'll do it.
In the original 3 Men and a Baby on NBC's Blockbuster Weekend.
Floor's all shiny clean, Billy.
He should know. It's called Bright.
Let's play.
Time to entertain Daddy. Wow, never seen such clean shininess.
Billy, look.
How did Bright do this so glossy clean?
Unlike Mop and Glow, Bright is self-cleaning, so it gives your no-wax floor a cleaner shine every time.
Up goes the ladder.
Hey, I have hair.
Bright, for a cleaner shine every time.
Whoa, nice reflection.
He noticed.
When it came to redefining the word luxury, it wasn't a Webster. It was Oldsmobile.
The 98 defines luxury in terms of how much you get, not how much you spend. Anti-lock brakes, fuel-efficient power, computerized suspension, technology found in cars costing thousands more, which could be the greatest luxury of all.
And you can always take a Webster at his word.
This is the new 98. Luxury redefined.
Generation of Oz.
Monday, Fresh Prince turns Carlton into...
Yo, what's up?
A homeboy?
Carl, you look like a pirate.
Then Blossom sorts out her love life.
He's really cute. I like the freckles on his mouth. I wonder if he has freckles on his butt.
While the guys sort out their debts.
$142 for those 2 cavities I had.
You won't want to miss a mad, all-new NBC Monday.
Monday, it's Mel Gibson and Danny Glover in the original and the best.
God, I love this job.
Lethal Weapon, part of the Blockbuster Weekend on NBC Monday.
After being voted best value in America, Little Caesar wanted to thank you personally.
Thank you, thank you.
Hey, beautiful toga.
The male stripper's here.
Thank you, thank you.
A gladiator.
From Little Caesars, 2 pizzas with 90% more pepperoni and free crazy bread, all for $6.99.
Thank you, thank you.
Why do some women leave for work looking like they just stepped out of a salon?
Salon Selective. Salon Shine. Salon Selective. Beautiful.
From Helene Curtis, Salon Selective's 5 shampoos, 5 conditioners. Select the personalized combination you need for salon beautiful hair.
This tugboat crew has a plan, and they begin by digging into those 2 scoops in every Kellogg's pack. 2 scoops, we'll keep them coming back to those 2 scoops of plum juicy raisins in Kellogg's Raisin Bran. Hooked up and in command, they're working now, but they're thinking how they love 2 scoops and lots of wholesome bran. 2 scoops, they're turning back again for 2 scoops of plum juicy raisins in Kellogg's Raisin Bran. 2 scoops.
Hello, Jill. How about dinner at our house? What's wrong? Headache. I can imagine. I've got what you need. Motrin IB. Works great on headaches. My doctor said it's the same medicine as in prescription Motrin, but in non-prescription strength. And 1 Motrin IB works as well as 2 regular Tylenol here.
Oh, no.
Don't look. Just keep this. Sounds like they'll need some Motrin, too.
Motrin IB, recommended by thousands of doctors.
And your neighbor.
This is Cadillac's ultimate stress test.
Fluids, brakes, transmissions.
We'll get it.
Under heavy load in temperatures over 120 degrees, Death Valley, where Cadillac subjects every system to the intolerable.
Let's really push it.
To make sure you never feel anything but the luxury. That's substance with Cadillac style. And with 84 models redesigned and engineered, GM is putting quality on the road.
If I told you my pantyhose could go through an obstacle course like this without a snag, you'd say, no way. And I'd say, no nonsense.
No nonsense. The pantyhose that last.
The
Polaroid one-step flash. Now under 30 bucks.
Stay tuned for more super bloopers and new practical jokes.
Next, welcome to the war zone. Tom Brokaw face-to-face with big city street gangs on Expose. Then, Jane Pauley with an emotional homecoming of America's war heroes. And war correspondent Arthur Kent from the Gulf with never-before-told stories of frontline battles. A special real life right after Expose. Next.
Most people think there are two ways to buy gasoline: credit for convenience and cash for savings. But at Chevron, we think you should get both convenience and good prices.
$12.15, $12.15, sir.
No matter how you pay. So whether you use cash or credit, now there's just one price for one great gasoline. Chevron. We're with you all the way.
Sergeant Daniel Rodriguez, Houston's proud of you. Hurry home.